2025 thinks it owns winter. This $5 grand dinosaur just
And
laughed.
storms hitting harder than ever with all that climate chaos. But here, S the gut punch, their S1 forgotten beast from the 80s, that S still out there chewing up blizzards and potholes like they re-candy, and it costs less than your average. New crossovers, down payment. Stick around to the end, cause I'm saving its name for last, and it'll make you question everything in your driveway. Hey, if you're new here on Gearhead Garage, where we chase down the soul of machines that refuse to die, hit that sub button and join the ride. We're all about those late-night wrench sessions and stories that smell like high-octane dreams. Alright, let's roll out. Windows down, even if it's pouring. Remember back in '78, when gas was through the roof and America was pissed. Ford drops the Bronco 2.0, the big boy, but this scrappy little full-timer with four-wheel drive locked in like it owed you money. I had an uncle who hauled it through Montana winters. No fancy lockers, just raw torque from that 2.8-liter V6 pushing 110 horses. But man, it'd crawl over drifts that'd bury a modern Subaru. These days, you snag a clean 85 for $5 grand, and it'll laugh at your heated seats and adaptive cruise gear. Unfiltered grit that reminds you why we fell for trucks in the first place. Slide over to the Land Rover Series 3, born in '72, from that post-war mud in jolly old England. I once saw one in the Rockies, '76 model, belly deep in a creek. Owner grinning like a fool, while his iPhone-less dash mocked the GPS age. Hunt one down for $8,000. And it's not just a ride-it's a time capsule that schools today's soft-roaders on what real isolation feels like. Now, crank it up to Jeep Cherokee XT, the '84 game-changer that shrunk the Wagoner into something you could actually park without a spotter. Unibody, tough as nails. That AMC 4.0 inline-six, rumbling 190 horses with a thirst for abuse, not premium gas. Picture bombing through a '90s hailstorm in Ohio. Mine did 0 dents, while the family minivan tapped out. Folks, these go for peanuts. 4 to 6K, and they're the reason Jeeps own the trail cult. It's like driving a Rebel Yell, all coil springs dancing over washboard that'd snap a Prius in half. Ah, the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ46-7 vintage, but who's counting? This boxy icon was born in post-war Japan to conquer mountains, not commutes, with a 3.8-liter Weezer that'd outlast your grandkids. One rebuilt one last summer, found a '72 in a barn for $12K after haggling, and took it up a Sierra single track that had fresh Land Cruisers slipping like drunks. No electronics to fry in the rain, just leaf springs and a winch that whispers, "Try me." It's the professor of off-road, teaching humility to every overbuilt hybrid that follows. Speaking of Toyota, don't sleep on the 4Runner's first-gen '84 roots when it was just a dressed-up Hilux pickup with a fever dream. Part-time for WD, that indestructible 2.2R engine-chugging 22 mpg unloaded. But load it with gear and it'll ford a river without blinking. My buddy's '88 through Alaskan slush for 300K miles before a valve job total cost. A weekend's beer money, snag one for $7,000, and it's your storm shield, whispering secrets of durability while 2025's pothole palaces crumble. Ever hear the Nissan Patrol's war stories? That '80s GQ model, imported rare as hen's teeth, but a desert legend with a 4.0 inline-six that'd tow a house through sandstorms. Full-time for WD live axles fore and aftits like the Patrol was built to mock smooth asphalt. I chased one across Baja once, '85 rig, kicking up dust devils. Owner yelling about how it survived 92 floods that drowned Ferraris. Yours for $10,000 if you hunt, and it'll make you feel like a nomad king, not a soccer dad. Mitsubishi Montero, Gen 183 Underdog Alert. This thing was Pajero tough in disguise, with Super Select for WD, that shifts like butter, and a 3.0 V6 howling through typhoons. Forget the rust bucket rep. A solid 87 runs forever, and I proved it hauling through Vermont mudslides. Zero drama, while Subarus spun like tops. 6K buys you immortality on wheels, the kind that turns what if into hell yeah. International Harvester Scout 2. 71 to 80 era. The original Overlander before it was a hashtag. That 196 inline-4 or optional V8. Scout's narrow stance let it thread rock gardens like a goat. And man, those Dana axles ate blizzards for breakfast. Mine's a '76, barn fresh for $15,000, and it still vibrates your soul on washboard that'd launch a Tesla into orbit. It's Americana poetry, raw and unapologetic. Chevy K5 Blazer, '69 debut, but '80s square bodies are gold. Full-size Fury with a 5.7 V8 thumping, 160 horses, removable top 4 storm-chasing thrills. I flogged a '82 through Dakota Norrister's top-off, laughing as snow filled the tub, tougher than nails. Cheaper than therapy at $8,000. It's the party crasher of SUVs, turning apocalypse roads into playgrounds. Ford Bronco, full-size, first-gen '66, but '78 to '86 reneweds are beasts. 351 V8, growling, 20-beam suspension, soaking up everything from gales to gravel pits. Popped to 79 out of a junkyard for $9K. Rebuilt the carb, and it stormed Colorado passes like it owned M. These remind you, big ain't fragile. Subaru Leon wagon. 80s a WD pioneer, flat 4-boxer heart beating through New England ice. Not flashy, but that full-time setup clawed up unplowed hills while Volvos wept. A 85 4-door for 4,000 humble hero that birthed the Outback Empire. And GMC Jimmy, Blazer's twin from 71, but 80s versions with that same small block punch and boxy charm. Mine's 84, 7K steel, and it devours rural ruts like they're gourmet. Underrated sibling that steals the show. Last up, the hidden gem, I promised the International Scout 800 from 66. Before the 2, this was the blueprint. Aluminum body, shrugging rust, optional 304 V8 devouring M, all found a 68 for 11K. Restored it over beers with pals, and now it owns every sketchy backroad from here to hell. Why? 'Cause in 2025, when your EV's battery whimpers in the wet and crossovers cry uncle, this old warrior just grins and goes. It's proof. Soul trumps silicon every time. So, there you have it, Wealth Cast Iron Legends, that had schooled today's fleet on what unbreakable means. Makes you wonder, in a world of fragile tech, are we chasing convenience or just forgetting the thrill of the fight? Drop your favorite old hauler in the comments. Smash like if you're hunting one tomorrow. Sub for more garage gospel. And share this with a buddy before his lease runs out. Next time, we crack open diesel myths that'll rattle your toolbox. Drive safe, stay greasy, see ya on the flip.